Well, if you try to say something about a certain issue, it has to be short or kind of like it can be long. But for me, Bella Porch, I think, made a mistake, and that is she didn't know the history behind the Ogirgi or the Rising Sun flag. But when someone educated her, she already assured that she'll remove the tattoo on her arm. But still, some of the Korean netizens, or rude Korean netizens, as what other Koreans call them, made a big deal towards that, and they tried to belittle Filipino people. What's wrong with the Filipino people is that they already know that those accusations aren't true, and yet they still gave a damn towards that. And since I already experienced living in Korea, I can really tell that netizens in the Korea are kind of like toxic. That's why educated Koreans aren't into using social media because of the toxicity in the social media, especially the cancel culture. There is no such thing as cancel Korea or cancel Philippines, but let's start cancel culture and cancel racism. As what I always tell people, racism must be cleared or must be stopped by doing good deeds. If you deal with racism by using racism, then it's just a no-no, it's just a waste of time. To be honest, Korea and the Philippines has been in a deep relation for already 70 years prior to the Korean War. And just for the information of everybody, why Koreans are kind of like hurt when they see the rising sun flag. It's because during those times, the Japanese occupied Korea as a whole between 1910 and 1945 before the end of World War II. The occupation of the Japanese was the reason behind the division of North and South Korea, and not because of the Korean War. The Korean War is actually the aftermath of the division between the two Koreas due to the occupation of the Japanese during those times. That's why to Koreans, seeing the rising sun flag is really hurtful or painful because of the history. And to my fellow Filipino people, you cannot just tell them that past is past and history is history. Let's forget and move on. Well, for us, we can, even though Japan occupied us as well during those times. But when I saw the condition in Korea before, I can really tell it's really different from what we experienced. In these times of pandemic and times of COVID-19, I cannot see any reason to spread hate. Hence, let's spread love and care towards each other. And let's pray together and let's hope for the better of our future and on the coming days. And to the previous trending topic, this is the thing I can only tell people. 비난하지 말고 서로 사랑합시다. There's nothing beneficial if we try to correct racism by using racism, and if we always do upbraid. Remember, the Philippines helped Korea without asking for anything in return, and now people are, upbraiding because of a certain issue between Bella Porch and some of the Korean or some of the rude Korean netizens, and many Koreans already condemned the attitude of their fellow Koreans as they try to act real different in the internet world. 그래서 저한테는 그런 이슈가 만들지 말고 서로 사랑합시다.